Today is all about connecting the thymus, which is right around here. I don't know if you've ever thumped your thymus, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, right? It's so good for the immune system.
It's actually part of the immune system as well as the lymphatic system.
It's considered the high heart in certain esoteric circles.
And it makes sense because the thymus actually sits right on top of the heart and looks like the high heart. And as you can see from this biological image, it's got two sides to it, a left side and a right side. And in diagrams, it looks like two little oval-like nodes. So I'll be guiding you into feeling both sides, the left and the right. Use whatever image helps you to imagine it if you can't sense it. You can use the biological image or the diagram of the two ovular nodes.
I never would have thought about the connection between the thymus and the clitoris if it weren't for this book. Womb Awakening. You're probably saying it
Wow.
backwards. Yeah, interesting book.
hmm
And be grateful for this new wonderful connection we get to explore. The underlying thing of this whole womb work is that the heart and the womb are like connected, right? And it's a very powerful connection.
And so, in developing our ability to connect the heart and the womb, we're also going to explore other organs around the heart as well as around the womb. So, today we're exploring the thymus and the clitoris as they are part of this heart womb connection.
And the heart is considered the masculine energy, and the womb is considered the feminine. Everything lower is considered feminine. Even on a man, his penis would be considered part of his feminine energy, which is, I know, weird, but all the below is considered feminine and all the above is considered masculine.
So, in this particular esoteric way of looking at the womb, there is a masculine and feminine twin organ above and below. As above, so below.
This is just one school of thought, right? There are many, 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 many. We're just going to play with this mirroring concept, though. And so there's all these, and we know the jaw and the pelvis, or the throat and the vagina, or even the heart and the cervix. I mean, there's all these fascinating connections between the upper and the bottom. And so today is the thymus and the clitoris. The clitoris is more than obviously the little clitoral gland
that we're all so used to thinking about as it's being only just a little gland. It also has 8,000 nerve endings.
And that's a lot of nerve endings, most nerve endings of any part of the male or female body. But it's just the tip of the iceberg, you see.
It wasn't until 1981 that a group of feminists decided to observe their own clitorises and do detailed drawings and discovered missing pieces that had not been included in medical texts. And they discovered how big the clitoris actually is internally.
What this means is that, vaginal orgasms are very impacted by the clitoris. The arms of the clitoris are hugging the vagina, as you can see in this picture, that there's that part that hugs it, and then there's those arms, and then those vestibules. So there's all this amazing tissue that is impacting a vaginal orgasm.
And I'm not a sex expert, but I think it's important for us to realize that a clitoral orgasm is different than a vaginal orgasm. Even though the clitoris is impacting the vaginal orgasm, it's not the very tip with the 8,000 nerve endings that is having the orgasm. It's the rest of the clitoris that is wrapping around the vagina that is getting stimulated through penetration or whatever.
Saying this sort of impacts our inner research, and just knowing that I'm going to guide into all of this as much as I can, so we just get a more broad experience of the clitoris.
The truth is that although these feminists did these amazing 33 diagrams of the clitoris that are totally user-friendly, really easy to follow and learn from,
These diagrams were not taken seriously by the medical field. It's only been since 2005 that they actually used MRIs to take photographs of the clitoris and now have finally updated names and of all the different parts and diagrams in medical texts.
I believe if science has taken this long to figure out how complex this organ is, it's our responsibility to
connect to the complexity of our feminine circuitry. This is not something science can teach us, and it takes time and practice. Like those feminists, we need to use our somatic skills to be able to feel and learn and discover for ourselves,
so that we can have a much more empowered heart-womb connection that is the foundation of tapping into the power of the womb.